Minister of Defence and Military Veteran Standi Modise is visiting the Army Training Centre in the Northern Cape that was engulfed by flames. Of course, Falfires claimed the lives of 6 soldiers at Lohatla at the weekend. Equipment and military vehicles were also destroyed in that blaze. The government has conveyed condolences to the families and friends of the soldiers. Modise briefing the media right now. Let's just listen in.
Resources. But maybe it is an opportune time to also relook at how we are structured and whether there are certain things that we can augment. One of the things that I think we need here, Chief SANDF, is possibilities of making sure that we dam water here. Because even as they were trying to refill, there was no water coming because of the arid nature of this area. So even as we want to look for who do we beat up, the truth of the matter is that life here is difficult. And it is also one of those bases that we must maintain, because training from this particular area is prestigious training. It's difficult. It's not nice. It's what makes soldiers here. So we will continue with that. And we are hoping that, yes, the exercise will follow. It will be concluded that we will do well, that in the name of those who are departed, those who are left will actually excel and make sure that we get very good leaders out of them. But yes, it is a lesson. In every adversity, there is something that you pick up that makes you stronger to the end.
Thank you very much, Minister. Second round, the gentleman in brown, the gentleman in grey, the lady. We have not had a lady.
Oh, well, Erica is a lady.
Oh no, Erica. Go ahead, Sisi.
Can you feel it from the Sunday Times? I just want to know how soon before the fire were you notified or alerted to the possibility, to the conditions preceding the fire? What was done after you received an alert to try and evacuate? Because we've heard from disaster management teams around that they got an alert the day before and were able to evacuate. Did you guys receive the same alert? What were you able to do?
Thank you, Councillor. The gentleman. No. Aren't you together with the eNCA?
No.
Oh, sorry.
He's from Africa.
All right.
Thank you very much, Minister. How are you? Look, Minister, my name is Luna from the city. The first question that I would like just to find out from you is that there's been an issue where you were standing on the stage and you promised the families that you take blame and that you were going to make sure that the children of those who departed are fully taken care of. Isn't that some sort that you are just saying this so that you can calm the situation down? Because most of them, they are saying that they are not aware this thing happened on Saturday and they only called today to come here and they were told to come at 4 o'clock. So isn't it maybe political a bit?
Thank you. eNCA?
I'll respond to you.
eNCA. Okay. Newsroom, sorry.
Yes, Newsroom Africa. Junior Commando from Newsroom Africa. I would like to ask that, but he has already asked it. When the fire happened, the NGO Gift of the Givers was the first to seemingly give assistance to SANDF members. Is that not an indictment to the department, that the department itself was not able to assist its members? And just to find out, does the leadership of the SANDF feel like the deductions that have been made to the budget of the SANDF might have led to what happened, whether it be the base itself not being elected, or in any way does the leadership feel like the deductions were led to what happened at the base?
Thank you. The gentleman in brown.
Thank you, Minister. My name is Hendra Jacobs. I'm from the Kalahari Memorandum. I just want to check with you, Minister, the decision not to withdraw the soldiers, that decision is based on the fact that the soldier must be able to stomach this type of conditions. However, the general has said that this type of, the magnitude of the fire, the fire tracks, the fire belts are in good condition, but they were not able to handle the particular magnitude of this fire. So it means this particular fire was unprecedented in scale and in magnitude. I'm just worried because in the area, Pule in the Tsansabani municipal area, we had fires that we can say were unprecedented in terms of the magnitude and the scale. So we had a lot of fires in the past month in this area before the particular one, and we even had fires in the Bisispan area yesterday. So I'm just checking, are we not putting the soldiers at risk? We have the fire belts are in a good condition. We have proper evacuation drills in place. But should a fire come with a similar unprecedented magnitude, will we be able to handle that? Or are we not putting the soldiers unnecessarily in the firing line again?
Thank you. We'll take eNCA and then ask the panel to respond.
Yeah, just some brief questions. What now for the family members who've lost their loved ones? Will they be taken care of? Secondly, what will be done to ensure this doesn't happen again?
Thank you. Thank you, Minister. Over to you, ma'am.
Can I respond to that question? Are we putting unnecessary? Are we unnecessarily putting the soldiers at risk because we have fires that are unprecedented? I don't think we are. Even before the fires, soldiers are sent here deliberately because this is a tough military training site. So, if the soldiers run away, what about the communities in this area? Should we uproot the communities too? What we do need to do is to carefully relook at the situation, plan accordingly, see what is. And that is why I deliberately spoke about damming, making sure that we have enough water in the base that will be looking out for those contingencies. In fact, it might also get us into the space of using grey water for reuse, because then we will be able to save resources and do other things. I don't think we should say that we stop training. No. Becoming a soldier is not like opting to sit behind a desk. And even amongst those who sit behind the desk in the military, sometimes face the risks. So we will not be stopping that, but we will not be taking unnecessary risks, because we will make sure that whatever it is that has happened. But also, perhaps we should start looking at the fires are unprecedented. The speed was also very interesting. But is South Africa the only one in these days of climate change that is experiencing fires? Cape Town has experienced many fires before. People have died. Vegetation has been. We can expect more fires to rage. Islands have disappeared. People have died throughout the world. South Africa is just one of the dots that make up the world. So we must be resolute. We must go back to the basics, replan, relook at the resources. Earlier on you said, and that question also is what Erica was asking. Yes, Treasury does not have an infinite pocket. Yes, we must relook as the family of defense at our priorities, begin to see what is of utmost importance for us to focus our resources at, what can we divert in the short term to do. As to the prime equipment, Chief SANDF has responded. It would be very slow of the leadership of the Defence Force to take all the equipment and put it in one base all at the same time. So you always hold something and more things in reserve. You have equipment that you use for training, and you have equipment that you will take out to shoot anybody. So in other words, if anybody thinks that this fire is as a country, they have to think again, because we will move them back. So nobody will say we are vulnerable here today because the equipment has burned and South Africa cannot be defended. It is defended. There is enough that we can go draw on to defend this country. As for training, we will intensify, and maybe what we will do is get back to fire drills and whatever. But the questions that the two young men put to me sounded like, you could blame game. We're not blaming anybody. We are into an inquiry. We will find out what happened. The fire was not started with us. They will respond to you. And the report I have preliminarily is that 2 hours before the time we know. We also know that defense in this area is part of the neighborhood watch. They exchange information. If a fire breaks out, defense itself goes out to help. On the question, Ntwena, because I want to take it away from you, of the donations from the Gift of the Givers. I respect that organization very much. They do a great job. When they made the offer, I spoke to the Gift of the Givers and said the communities around the base are more vulnerable than the members of defense. Please divert that to the communities, because the chief of the National Defense Force has other stores where he can draw food and blankets and tents and whatever for the members here. But the communities out there need what the Gift of the Givers has to give more than the defense. And that is why we asked them not to give us, but to prioritize the people out there. Because who are we protecting if we eat first before the people eat? All the other, can you?
Thank you, Minister. With regard to the issue raised by the Minister, I signed the FA this week regarding the additional boreholes, because this place is a water scarce area, and for us to be able to continue to sustain the base, we said we need to get additional borehole, and that is what we are going to sink. Secondly, there is a question from Kanyisile in terms of the length of the alert. We got the alert at 11:45 that there are fires that had been picked up, and it started affecting us around 13:45, and we were prepared. And by the time the fire reached our point, we fought the fire. But as the Minister indicated, the wind and other elements, the speed of the wind was around 74 kilometers per hour, and the direction kept on changing. Hence, the most damage was done at the least expected areas. So by the time we turned our fire bowsers to the area where it is now completely out of where we started, then we were found wanting, because it turned again. So we were chasing the fire, and that is why it was difficult to handle. Coming to the question by Lungi, in terms of will the children of the deceased be taken care of, the South African National Defence Force has the Education Trust, and that Education Trust is over and above what the government provides. We provide education to the children of members that passed on. The government provides the necessary contributions to the members, and the Education Trust takes kids from as early as preschool until when they complete their studies. We have got, last year we had one member that we took from high school, and currently is a qualified medical doctor, educated by the Education Trust. When we have the golf days that we invite people, the proceeds of those golf days we throw into the Education Trust. And the Minister had also indicated that she is going to help us mobilize more funds, because we don't want our people, if they perish, then their children are not taken care of. Because the pension funds and the rest might not necessarily be used towards that effort. It depends, it's in the discretion of those who are remaining behind. But the Education Trust, because it's paid directly into the school, so there is no one who can come and then abuse that fund. So yes, we will look after the children of those that were left behind. That is the issue that I thought maybe Minister should ask for. The decision not to withdraw, it's not that we are reckless. We have done our appreciation and we have said it is safe for our people to continue with the exercise. Let me quickly tell you now that the fires that we picked up again yesterday, we managed to control it because we are now ready and we were forewarned in time and we had placed our equipment to fight the fire in collaboration with the local authorities. I think those are the few questions.
There's one question about that one family. I spoke to the family and I promised that I would go into it to try and find out why all the arrangements for all the other families were done in time and the communications was fine, but this particular family is complaining. So we'll go into that, and I apologize because I took responsibility because one family was saying it wasn't treated well. I did not point a finger of wrongdoing at anybody because when you lead, you take responsibility. If I do find that this family was singled out for ill treatment, we will deal with it. But if I find that there was a misunderstanding or whatever, we will still do what is right by that family. I will personally go and apologize to that family after finding out exactly what has happened. For now, I cannot say to you, I'm going to have a fight with the army, or no. I need to find out what has happened. I need to know exactly why or everybody else has no problem, had no problems with the travel arrangements and the accommodation, but one family had. So we'll go into that and we'll sort that out.
Very much, Minister. Just one on the deduction, General.
Okay, no, thank you very much. I apologize. We missed the one that says the budget cuts a factor in this fight. It has nothing to do with the budget cut. This could have happened anywhere, anytime. The fact that we were ready shows that all the 5 units as per the requirement, that is the fire brigade units, were in place and the vehicles and the systems were operational. So I do not see any correlation between the budget cut and this incident. Yes, from time to time we had been talking about the prime mission equipment and saying that you South Africans must just tell us what type of a defense force we would like to have. But that in itself is not suggesting that we couldn't carry on. That's why even this exercise, we planned it and we were sure of success with the equipment that we have. So the budget cut, yes, we need more money because we need to rejuvenate. But the budget cut is not a factor in this incident and accident.
Thank you, General. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Minister, may I thank you all. And we are pressed for time.
Can we get an update on those who are injured?
We
We heard the total number of those, that there were others as well, but the 3 that are sustained secondary concerns. Are they still in hospital? Have they been released?
Sorry, under deceased, please. 6 or 7?
6. Kutheni ba multiply nje wena?
No, there are 7 pictures.
No, it's 6.
It's
6
6.
died from the fire incident, and the one passed on during that period on natural causes.
Just an update on those who were injured. Are they still in hospital?
Gefuna Division Commander.
Right, thank you, Minister. Thank you, Chief. We still have one member that is still at the hospital in Bloemfontein, and I've heard that the member is recovering very well.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Much appreciated. And enjoy the rest of your day in Loatla. We'll see you in Pretoria.
Uzothenga iambi ke mina.
Thenga iambi.
Sengiselangeni.
Thank you very much.
No, it's not a question though. It's just there was a lot of misunderstandings earlier because we were sent to a different place and we were made to wait there for hours and we were told that the minister is going to come and nothing happened. So we just wanted to put that it's a bit unacceptable how the media itself was treated.
Let me deal with it outside ministers. I take responsibility for that.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Who is fired? No, this must be journalists.
All right, that was Minister Thandi Modise and members of the military command. Of course, they are visiting the SA Army Combat Training Center where that fire broke out that killed 6 soldiers. That felt fire, of course, engulfed that whole facility there in the Northern Cape. And as we just heard, there is still one member in hospital, but recovering well. Just giving us an update there. Of course, the families of those ones that were killed in that fire, of the soldiers, they are being taken care of and they are being consolidated.